from my Hack Week demo. So you may have noticed that I conveniently did not demo date filters or any complex filters, and that was intentional because they didn't work. So in the last couple of days, I've been able to get them to work. So you get that similar, relatively nice syntax. The date filters in particular are pretty complicated. That's why there's a bit of extra stuff in here. But in theory, it kind of works with all the forms. This one's actually not too bad. And then demo of a more complex filter, like if you have multiple conditions. So now it respects that as well and updates the filters correctly.
Nate, just to understand, is this essentially replacing the way that we do filters, or is it complementing, or like what? Is this just the only way that we're going to show filters from now on, or is it like just an alternative way to show filters?
I don't think that there's there are some edge cases that I haven't fully investigated yet, like the custom filter syntax. But with those, like excluding those exceptions, this is like one to one. Like it just basically completely covers the exact same functionality. So I would probably advocate for this replacing what we currently have. And the one missing piece of the puzzle, which is why this isn't ready to go yet, is we obviously need an upgrade path. So what we'd want is accept anyone who still has JSON URLs for the foreseeable future, and then just redirect them like to a URL with these nicer
Yeah.
looking URLs.
I know one concern that we had with Looker was putting like filter values can have data in them, and we put them in the URL. So I don't know if there's any concern about stuff like that, but that would be the only reason I could think of to not make that the default behavior, because it's so much more readable.
Yeah, I mean, well, we already have that problem. We've talked in the past about having a secure filter mode, which it would be basically be similar to what we did at Looker, where
Yep.
we ingest the filter values behind an opaque identifier and redirect you to that opaque identifier. And what I would love to do is make that like an admin level toggle.
Yep.
Yeah, so like we get a little bit of security by obscurity with our current URL
Yep.
syntax, but truly the data is there. Like it's not encrypted or anything.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that's a good point.
this does make it quite a bit more obvious, which is also the point of this. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I think
No, that makes perfect sense.
making the URLs opaque, I think is it's a good call out, and it's like a separate track of work, I think.
Yeah, and right, like you said, like just to be clear, like we want both because it's a feature that they are very not opaque and usable. In this case, it's just in the very secure case you don't want that, so it's not as though we need both basically.